The internet can be a cruel beast, a breeding ground for rumors, a breeding ground for lies. Sometimes it feels like no one is safe from its clutches, especially not those who live in the public eye. Legends, icons, heroes. One day you're on top of the world, the next you're staring into the abyss of online speculation. Your name is trending for all the wrong reasons. That's what happened to Sabu, the hardcore icon, the man who cheated death countless times in the ring. Now the internet was claiming he was gone. Terry Brunk. That's the name on his birth certificate. But the world knows him as Sabu, a name synonymous with violence, with chaos, with pushing the limits of human endurance, born into the wrestling business. His uncle, the Sheik, was a legend. From a young age, Sabu was destined for greatness, or perhaps for something even more extreme. He started young, learning the ropes, paying his dues. He traveled the globe, honing his craft in dingy bingo halls and smoky gymnasiums. Sabu was different. He wasn't afraid to take risks, to put his body on the line. He craved something more, something hardcore. ECW, the proving ground for a new breed of wrestler, a place where violence wasn't just accepted, it was celebrated. Sabu thrived in this environment. He became a cult hero. Tables exploded, chairs were mangled, bodies were broken. Through it all, Sabu stood tall, a whirlwind of fury, defying gravity and expectations. His matches were legendary, brutal, bloody and unforgettable. He wrestled with reckless abandon, captivating audiences with his death-defying stunts. Sabu was more than just a wrestler. He was an artist, a hardcore artist, painting masterpieces of pain and adrenaline. At WWE, the big leagues, the land of giants and larger-than-life characters, Sabu brought his unique brand of hardcore chaos to the biggest stage in wrestling. Fans were in awe. His style was like nothing they'd ever seen. He battled some of the biggest names in the business. He earned their respect, even if they questioned his sanity. But something was missing. The wild, untamed spirit of ECW was hard to replicate. The rules, the restrictions, they wore on him. Still, Sabu left his mark on WWE. He showed the world that hardcore wasn't just about blood and guts. It was about heart. It was about passion. Years of hardcore wrestling take their toll. Every chair shot, every table bump, every high-risk maneuver leaves a mark. Sabu's body was a roadmap of pain, a testament to his dedication to his craft. He'd broken bones, torn muscles, and suffered countless concussions. He kept going. The cheers of the fans were his painkillers, the roar of the crowd, his adrenaline. But even the toughest warriors can't outrun time. The bumps started to hurt more. The recovery took longer. Sabu knew he couldn't wrestle forever, but could he ever truly walk away? Section 6. The rumors take hold. Fear spreads like wildfire. It started with a tweet, a rumor spreading like wildfire. Sabu is dead. Fans were heartbroken. The wrestling world mourned. Social media was flooded with tributes. Memories were shared. Tears were shed. The rumor mill churned, no official confirmation, just whispers and speculation. Had the hardcore legend finally been taken down? Section 7. Setting the record straight, Sabu's own words, then silence. A message from Sabu himself, alive and well. Relief washed over the internet, the rumor debunked. Sabu was angry. He'd been the victim of a cruel prank, his legacy, his memory tarnished by a lie. He spoke out against the rumor mongers. He reassured his fans he was still here. The hardcore icon had cheated death once again. Section 8. The hardcore legend lives on. Sabu may be older, he may be a little slower. But the fire still burns bright. He still steps into the ring. He still hears the roar of the crowd. He still feels the rush of adrenaline. He's a reminder of a bygone era, a time when wrestling was raw, unpredictable, and truly hardcore. Sabu is a survivor. He's a fighter. He's a legend. Section 9. An enduring legacy, inspiring a new generation. Sabu's influence on professional wrestling is undeniable. He inspired a generation of wrestlers to push the boundaries, to embrace the extreme. He showed them that anything is possible, that limits are meant to be broken. His legacy is one of innovation, dedication, and sheer, unadulterated, hardcore passion. Sabu will never die, not really. Not as long as there are fans who remember his name. Not as long as there are wrestlers willing to put their bodies on the line. The hardcore spirit lives on.